Hello, my name is Jason White. I am here today to discuss with you the Battle of Yorktown. The Battle of Yorktown, which took place in Yorktown, Virginia, was the last major battle of the American Revolutionary War. In the fall of 1781, George Washington defeated the British General Cornwallis. Forcing Cornwallis into surrender effectively ended the Revolutionary War. This effectively ensured what the Americans had been fighting for and granted the United States independence from the British. This battlefield is now registered as a Colonial National Historical Park within the National Park Service. This has helped to preserve and maintain the battlefield as much as possible. The National Park Service Registry allows for the conservation of sites that otherwise may not be well maintained. On September 26, 1781, French reinforcements arrived in Yorktown to assist George Washington against the British. This gave him command of an army of over 18,000 soldiers. On September 28th, George Washington's forces marched on Yorktown from Williamsburg, Virginia. George Washington's army of French and colonial soldiers laid siege to the British encampment at Yorktown. This battle is also known as the Siege of Yorktown because of the warfare tactics used by George Washington's colonial and French forces. The battle lasted for almost a full month. The British surrendered on October 17, 1781, and surrender terms were finalized the next day, on October 18, 1781. George Washington made sure the French were given equal negotiation grounds during the surrender negotiations. The terms of surrender were officially signed on October 19, 1781. These terms would become known as the Articles of Capitulation. These articles outline the terms of surrender as they pertain to all military leaders and soldiers who were left in the aftermath of the battle. This battle was brutal, but not as much as one may believe for a siege that lasted for as long as this battle did. In all, 60 French soldiers died and 194 were injured. 28 Americans died and 107 were injured. On the opposing side, 156 British soldiers were killed and 326 were injured. 70 other British soldiers were reported missing. These 70 are presumed dead, or they may have fled from battle and never returned due to shame. At Yorktown, there is a monument built to honor those who had fought there. Congress agreed to construct this monument 5 days after the victory took place. This monument is known as the Yorktown Victory Monument. However, even though the monument had been agreed upon, it would not be completed for over 100 years later on January 5, 1885. Thank you for your time.